You're watching Video Vocab by BusinessEnglishPod.com.
Welcome back to VideoVocab.tv. This is the first of a two-part series on the planning process. In this episode, we'll focus on the beginning stages of the planning cycle.
All businesses and organizations need to decide where they want to go and how to get there. To do this, they rely on good planning and the planning cycle. Planning can occur on a large scale, like strategic planning, which determines the overall direction of a company. It can also happen on a small scale, like project planning, in which a specific piece of work is organized by an individual or project team. The first step in planning usually involves analyzing the situation, problem, or opportunity. From there, the organization can determine the goals and desired outputs of the plan. It must then devise effective strategies to achieve these goals with the given resources. Planners must carefully assess available inputs, do a cost-benefit analysis, and conduct an environmental scan for large projects. Pest analysis is one commonly used method of examining the external influences that may help or hinder a plan.
Now let's look at the vocabulary in more detail with some definitions and examples. Planning.
Planning.
In any organization, planning is the process of creating and maintaining a plan. We often hear about the planning cycle, which includes the creation, implementation, and review of plans. We also talk about different types of planning, like strategic planning and project planning.
Mastering the entire planning cycle is crucial to the success of any business or organization.
To analyze.
To analyze.
To analyze means to examine something very carefully or in great detail. Analyzing involves breaking a situation down into its separate parts to figure out how it works or to assess its strengths and weaknesses.
When the team analyzed the production process, they discovered a number of problems in the distribution process.
Goals.
Goals.
Goals are the accomplishments that the planning process is designed to achieve. Goals are the entire purpose of a plan. They help a business or organization advance its overall mission.
The goal of Tony's plan was very clear: increase sales by 40% over the next 6 months.
Outputs.
Outputs.
A plan's outputs refers to what we want to have or see accomplished at the end of a plan. Outputs include our overall goals as well as the specific things or situations we want to create.
The outputs of my cost-cutting plan included a 20% reduction in materials costs and increased efficiency in our distribution methods.
To devise.
Devise.
To devise means to create, arrange, or form. We often see this verb with nouns related to plans. For example, you may hear devise a plan, devise a strategy, or devise a solution.
When my boss told me about our scheduling difficulties, I devised a plan to have schedules updated automatically.
Strategy.
Strategy.
A strategy outlines the methods or processes used to move a plan towards its goals. Strategy relates to how we do things. The senior managers had several long meetings to work out the strategy for expanding into new markets. Inputs.
Inputs.
The resources that we put into a project or plan are, fittingly, called inputs. Inputs can include human resources, technologies, money, raw materials, and ideas.
I had to revise my original plan because it required very costly inputs, particularly in terms of labor and materials.
Cost-benefit analysis.
Cost-benefit analysis.
When we do a cost-benefit analysis, we compare the cost of different options against the expected benefits. Doing this type of analysis helps planners choose the best goals and strategies.
The cost-benefit analysis of expansion showed that it was better simply to increase sales to existing customers.
Environmental scan.
Environmental scan.
In an environmental scan, we examine the factors that will affect the direction, goals, and processes of a plan. An environmental scan done in the initial stages of planning helps to create realistic expectations and goals.
An environmental scan revealed that the company's plan to expand internationally would mean overcoming major legal obstacles.
Pest analysis.
Pest analysis.
A pest analysis is one type of environmental scan that examines political, economic, social, and technological influences.
I commissioned a pest analysis before deciding whether the new product would be accepted in the marketplace.
External influences.
External influences.
External influences affect a plan or project from outside an organization.
The project team was talented, but they failed because of several external influences, including competition from another company.
Now it's your turn to practice some of the words we have studied in this episode. You'll hear a series of sentences with a word replaced with a beep. Repeat the whole sentence, including the missing word. For example, if you hear,
The engineer had to carefully the problem before deciding what needed to be done.
you should say,
The engineer had to carefully analyze the problem before deciding what needed to be done.
We'll play an example answer after each question. Ready? Let's begin.
The tech department was asked to a solution to the problem with the local area network. Answer. The tech department was asked to devise a solution to the problem with the local area network.
Of all the plans required, the most expensive is labour. Answer. Of all the plan's required inputs, the most expensive is labour.
The planners viewed the recent political turmoil as a very dangerous Answer. The planners viewed the recent political turmoil as a very dangerous external influence.
I complained to my manager that we didn't have the resources needed to achieve the plan's. Answer. I complained to my manager that we didn't have the resources needed to achieve the plan's goals.
That's it for this episode of Video Vocab. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.
Video Vocab is now available on a new website, www.videovocab.tv. Click the link below to subscribe to Video Vocab in iTunes.